platform is strained, you're going to roll this cart right over here. Now, the SLA machines are gloves off. This is gloves on, okay? This is where you're cleaning the part. You expect this to be, this is going to have some residue of chemicals and things. You still need to wipe it down and clean it, but it shouldn't be just dripping with chemicals and resin, but it should be relatively clean, okay? Now, inside this container, have you had a chance to, is this cleaned out yet? Okay. So we got to get this cleaned out. But inside this stainless steel container, this is a chemical, will be a chemical called glycol ether, better known as TPM. Okay. Has anyone been using, or have y'all been cleaning your parts? Isopropanol?
Well, most of that using actually,
Right. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to add one other process in there. Once you can bring your whole platform if you'd like with the part on it. You can drop it in this tank. This tank, it used to have an aerator. I'm not sure if it does or not. A bubbler that would bubble. But anyway, there's going to be a chemical in here that's going to help dissolve the photopolymer resin. Okay, so you're going to let it soak. You might get use a brush or something and kind of massage the part somewhat, just to kind of get all the residue polymers out. Okay, let the part soak in there 15-20 minutes. Take the part out. Take the part out, and I understand this is going to get a little messy. You still have the cart here. You may drip some of this on the floor. You're expected to wipe it up though if you do. You're going to want to drain your part. It looks like they had some kind of rack here at some point to put stuff in, but we have these absorbent mats. You should be able to put a mat inside this cart and just kind of shake the residue off, and then you can come to the sink. Now, it used to be we had two sinks. This sink we would use. So now if we've shaken the part, we've got all the chemical we could possibly get off. There's just a light residue. We would simply use this sink to kind of rinse that off. Okay. Then whatever's left over, what little bit of residue is left over, we would come to this sink. And then we'd use isopropanol. Isopropanol will be your final wash. Isopropanol evaporates very quickly, so typically we wouldn't use this to wash it down. Now, if you everyone take a look at this chemical, what it's doing to the paint. I mean, this can't be good for your lungs. If it's peeling the paint off the walls, and you're in here breathing this when you're spraying it. When I was in here, I confiscated this. I didn't let anyone use an air hose to blow because you're just blowing things in the air that you probably rather not have in the air. In addition to, we never put our supports, we never scrape the supports off into the sink. The sink can quickly stop up. I found there was a bunch of supports. And this is still, this floor has still got resin on it, even though it's been cleaned. This sink, even though it's been cleaned very thoroughly, it's still tacky. I can feel it. So I think over time all of this will get better, but it's just going to take a little bit of effort on all of your part. And so, part from the SLA machine on the cart, roll it to here, inside the tank with TPM, 10 or 15 minutes. Shake it and get as much off, as you can. Come from there to here, rinse it, and then come here with your IPA. That will get any residue that's left over. I had rather see you let the part air dry. Okay? I'm not going to take the air hose away right away because there may be times when you need some compressed air. But if we start seeing stuff splattered on onto the window here, then we'll just have to take it away. But typically, about 10 minutes, your part's going to be dry. At that point, you're going to get it off the platform, remove the supports. So if you use this process, platform here, here, and here, when you're done, the platform is clean also. And Lena mentioned that we did say that right?
Yeah,
We would actually cure, go ahead and throw the rack or the platform, we would throw it in the UV oven. So if there was any residue, it was always cured, and it wasn't, it kind of eliminated the cross-contamination issue. So I think if we follow this procedure, we won't have any problems in here. I think everything will be nice and clean. I don't know about you guys, but if you come in here and it's a complete mess, it's not that desirable to work in. At least it wouldn't be for me. If everything, you just get stuff all over your hands. I mean, my hands are sticky just from what I touched in here. And so I think it's going to be better for everyone if we can kind of keep it clean. And it's been mandated from the top down that it's got to. The survivability of this lab depends on it staying clean. Some money's going to be reinvested back into here to make it a little bit nicer, to get this floor cleaned up. These tiles are probably going to come out, and it's probably going to be a nice gray painted floor or something that's going to look, a little more presentable. Because they do bring people in here, and when administration brings people in here, and their feet stick to the floor, or they, it kind of reminds me of my daughters. I've got one daughter here. She's a sophomore. And I've got another daughter at